For the question asking for me to describe a time that I worked with a difficult person, I would say that my current job falls into that category. So, a little background into my job. I am a personal aide for a blind man with cerebral palsy. His name is DJ, and his mother, Nancy, is currently acting as my boss. And I absolutely love DJ. He is so much fun to be around. He's become one of my best friends. But his mom can be a very difficult woman sometimes, and she's been known to be very blunt, if not downright offensive, with myself and my coworker. And one example that I can think of is I remember this previous Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. I went with a couple friends to a ski resort in Bryan Head, and that Monday was the day that we were supposed to be coming back, and I should have been home in time, no problem, for my shift that day with DJ. But my friends started getting a little bit hyper and they wanted to stay a little bit longer, and I was trying to convince them otherwise, but they weren't really having it at first. So I texted my boss and I told her that I might be late and that I was going to do everything I could to get back on time, but that my ride was not overly eager to get back. And I actually did end up getting back on time, so I managed to work that shift, no problem. I managed to convince my friends, but my boss, Nancy, actually sent a very scathing text to me, and I thought it was, for me personally, I thought it was a little bit over the top. She was quite offensive and quite demeaning for something that I thought was a simple miscommunication, and in the end, I did manage to get back from my shift, and it really stung. I was in the wrong, but it really did sting to have someone rail into me like that. And it was to the point where her own daughter actually apologized on Nancy's behalf. But the more I thought about it and the more I talked with Nancy's daughter, Kesley, the more I realized she's had a really hard life, and it makes sense why she is the way she is because she has to take care of DJ 24/7. So it can be really hard for her, even if it can come across a little strong to the point where others are apologizing for her. But I was in the wrong too, so I apologize sincerely to Nancy. And honestly, we've smoothed our relationship a lot since then. She's become a lot better and it's become a lot more enjoyable working for her. And yeah, I'd say that's a fairly good example of a time that I've had to work with someone that's difficult.